guys. So in this lesson, we are going to talk about two-way frequency tables. Now, to introduce us to two-way frequency tables, I have a little game or challenge for you to do. These are magic squares. And the goal of magic squares is you can only use the numbers 1 through 9. So I like to write them out. You can only use each number once. And every row, every column, and every diagonal must add up to 15. That's the trick here. So I will do one with you, and then I'll give you a chance to do one on your own. You already used 6. Oops, why aren't you writing? Sorry, we already used 6, 2, and 9 in the first one. So again, we want every row, column, and diagonal to add to 15. So I'm going to start here, right in this top row. I have 6 and 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 7 gives me 15. So I'm going to put a 7 in there and cross it off so that way I don't use it again. Now I'm going to do this column. I have a 9 and a 2. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 4 gives me 15. So I'm going to put a 4 there. Now that column adds up to 15. Now I'm going to do this diagonal. 6 plus 4 is 10. If I put a 5 in there, that will add up to 15. All right. And the last two numbers I have are, I'm sorry, 3 numbers I have are 1, 3, 8. I'm going to do this center row. 5 plus 9 is 14. If I put a 1 in there, that will add to 15. Cross it off. 3 and 8 are left. So we know 7 plus 5 is 12. Plus 3 gives me 15. So this tells me, last but not least, this has to be an 8. And if we check it, 6 plus 1, 7, plus 8 is 15. If you check the diagonal, 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 5 is 15. If you check this row, 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 4 is 15. Awesome. Why don't you guys pause the video and try the second magic square on your own. All right, at this point, you should have paused the video and tried the second square on your own. So let's go over it. Again, we can only use the numbers 1 through 9. I write them all out and then cross off. We use 7, 4, 8. All right, I'm going to start in the top row. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 3 gives me 15. I'm going to start in the middle. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 5 is 15. Let's see this diagonal. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 6 is 15. 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 1 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 9 is 15. 4 plus 9 is 13, plus 2 is 15. So hopefully you guys got those. That was just a fun little activity to introduce what we're going to be doing next. And I'll show you how that correlates right now. So two-way frequency tables are something that looks like this. We have that a math club is going to sell candy as a fundraiser. They surveyed 80 total students. So we know that the number there should be 80. Everything should total up to a grand total of 80. Let's see if we can't fill in the missing blanks. Well, let's start here. Something plus 43 is 80. If you don't know, oops, 80 minus 43 would be 37. Now we know this row should add to 37, right? It says the total was 37. So 37 minus 19 gives me 18. All right. We know this column should add to 35. So 18 plus what is 35 if we don't know? You put it in our calculator. All right. We know this row should add to 43. So 43 minus 17 is 26. So that should be a 26. And then that last box is whatever 19 plus 26 is 45. So again, each row tells you what it should add to, and each column tells you it should add to. Let's answer the questions now. It says, how many students preferred lollipops? If I go to my lollipop category, I see 45 kids like lollipops. So you put a 45 there. How many girls preferred peanut butter cups? So my girls and peanut butter cups is 17. How many boys answered the survey? There were 37 total boys in the survey. Right, go across. 37 boys. Were the boys and girls evenly represented? No. There were 37 boys and 43 girls. That is not even. What does the 19 mean in this table? The 19 tells me that 19 boys preferred lollipops, right? Boys and lollipops. So 19 boys preferred lollipops. And what does the 35 represent? That's this number. That is how many people total liked peanut butter cups. It's the girls and the boys. So the amount of students that preferred peanut butter cups. All right, let's move on to our next set of data here. Oh boy, okay, we've got to fill out this table too. So we know there's 150 students in this survey, and they were asked to tell us what their favorite sport is. So let's add across the not diagonals, the rows and the columns. I want to add up the men It adds to, so 27, 34, 11, and 8 adds up to 80. And it's 15, 19, 26, and 10 would add up to 70. Now let's add the columns. 42, 53, 37, and 18. Now this time they're asking us for percentages. So to find a percent, you do is over of times 100. Now I'll explain what that means right now. What percentage of the students, so out of the whole 150 students, preferred basketball? 42 out of the 150 kids preferred basketball. So in our calculators, 42 divided by 150 times 100 would give me 28%. So these are my basketball choosing students out of the total amount of students, which gives you a decimal, but if you times that by 100, that tells you the percentage. All right, what percentage of the women surveyed prefer swimming? So out of the women, 10 of them chose swimming. So 10 out of the 70 women chose swimming. So 10 out of 70 times 100 to the nearest hundredth is 2 decimal places, so 14.92%. What percentage of the people surveyed preferred baseball or tennis? So here's my baseball, 53. My tennis is 37. So 53 plus 37 is 90. Out of 150 times 100 is 60%. And what percentage of the men surveyed? So let's go up and figure out how many men we have. 80 men. How many of them preferred basketball? So 27 out of 80 times 100 gives us what? 33.75, but to the nearest percent would be 34%. These are tricky. I will give you guys that. These are a little bit tricky. We will talk about these and practice these more in class. All right. See you soon.